Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about the brand new character that is dropping to global DFFOO for the month of June, which is going to be Sice. Now Sice is going to be getting her entire kit up to LD, and not only that, but in the same banner as Sice, the twins are going to be getting their C90 and a small rework. But are either of these two characters worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? Now in this video we're going to be going every single thing about Sice, including artifact passes, spheres, and even her 7-star armor. And then towards the end of the video I will be letting you guys know how good of a character she is and if she is worth chasing for before the new era drops to global DFFOO. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be for Sice, if you're going to be pulling for her, skipping her, or gonna wait until she gets her FR weapon and another rework, which has been confirmed, but we do not have the data on that just yet, and I'll talk about that briefly at the end of the video. So let me know your plans down in the comment section below, and with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with the twins rework to the skill 1, which becomes a 4-hit AoE Thunder Earth Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. The plus version turns into a 5-hit AoE Thunder Earth Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that allows for 150% stolen Max Brave Overflow. The skill 2 becomes a 4-hit Ice Water AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times. The plus version turns it into a 5-hit Ice Water AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that allows for 150% stolen Max Brave Overflow. With their C90, the EX ability becomes a 5-hit Fire AoE Melee Brave plus an AoE HP attack 4 times that extends the duration of active Mirage S and Mirage L buffs by 3 turns. The C65 got extended to 4 turns and adds a 45% attack up, now totaling 60%, and a 40% Brave damage cap up. Now we're looking to Sice with a skill 1, which is a 4-hit AoE Dark Melee Brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage. It grants 1 stack of the Malice Overhead and a 100% evasion buff for 4 turns. Now her overhead, which is granted at the start of the fight and it starts off at 0 stacks, provides her with the following based on stacks with a max stacks of 2. So she will gain an attack up, a max brave up, and HP damage up. At 1 stack, it grants the plus version to her skill 2, EX, and LD abilities, and at 2 stacks, it grants the plus versions to her skill 2, EX, and LD, and the stacks decrease by 1 whenever she is broken. Now her skill 2, Dark Nebula, is a 5-hit Melee Brave plus an HP attack 2 times. The plus version deals 3 HP dumps and the plus version deals 4 HP dumps. Her EX, Negative Aura, increases EX recast gauge speed by 20%, then deals a 4-hit AoE Dark Melee Brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage. It moves the next turn of all targets to after the enemy who is furthest away and does not move that enemy. She also HP heals by 20% of the HP damage dealt up to 5% of a max HP. Any excess heal converts to Brave. She grants 1 stack to her overhead and grants the new Cynical Cadet buff for 6 turns. Now the plus version of her EX deals 4 HP dumps and the plus version deals 5 HP dumps. Now her EX buff provides her with the following: a 20% attack up, a 20% max brave up, a 20% stolen max brave overflow up, a 20% dark enchant. When using an ability, it lowers the target's dark resist, and she also retains 20% of brave on HP attacks. Her C65 lasts for 6 turns. It deals a 4-hit Melee Brave plus an HP attack that grants 1 stack of her overhead. It grants her a 30% attack up and a 30% Brave damage cap up. Her LD ability, Death Maelstrom, is a 5-hit AoE Dark Melee Brave plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that deals 4 HP damage. It inflicts the Tenacious Vortex debuff to all targets for 6 turns. The Plus version deals 3 HP dumps, and the Plus version deals 4 HP dumps. The debuff is a 20% defense down, and while there's an enemy afflicted with this debuff, it triggers the additional attack from Tenacious Vortex. It goes down after every field turn. Now, the additional attack from the Tenacious Vortex that triggers after every field turn when afflicted on an enemy is a 6-hit Dark Melee Brave plus an HP Trap attack that deals 50% splash damage. It then increases Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. Now, when it comes to Sice's Sphere slots, she has 3 A slots, and the A Sphere that she gains after you fully limit break her EX weapon is gonna be a weak physical attack up longer, which whenever you are dealing weakness Brave damage adds a 15% melee attack up and range attack up for 6 turns, and the same spheres do not stack. Also, when it comes to artifacts for Sice, it is highly recommended to farm up Attack 108 and her C50 Lone Wolf Warrior up, which provides her at 2 stacks of her overhead a additional 5% attack up, 5% defense up, 5% initial brave up, and a 5% max brave up. And then finally, when it comes to her 7-star armor, her 7-star armor is attack keystones, which will give her a 15% brave damage cap up and a 15% max brave cap up. And then if you decide to fully blue out her 7-star armor, then you're gonna get a 35% increase in the brave damage cap up and max brave cap up. So are Sice and or the twins worth chasing for in the upcoming banner? So we're gonna start off with the twins. The twins rework, honestly, like to their skill 1 and skill 2, it's not the best. Like, I honestly thought that when we got that rework in JP, it was just like we were kind of expecting a little bit more, especially when the twins, they were the AoE nukes whenever they got their BT pluses. Been like all of a sudden now it's just kind of like with all of these brand new characters that we have gotten, it's like, well, I mean, you guys can be used if you wanted to, but you know, the thing is though, like the biggest con with the twins is going to be the fact that if you're not going up against 2 or more enemies, then they are going to suffer in damage. And for example, if you were to use their LD ability, if you are only going up against 1 enemy, it only triggers once. And if you go up against 2 or more, then it's going to trigger twice. So that's going to be 6 HP dumps in total. And the damage difference between both of them is it's pretty night and day. So like honestly, like for those who are thinking about chasing the twins, I would say to probably hold off for now until like they get a rework in the future, which hopefully they do at some point. I can't remember if they announced it in JP, if they are going to or not. I'll have to take a look at that after I'm done recording. But regardless though, I would say with a lot of the units that we got going on right now, and especially with the Shinryu era right around the corner, I think it's probably best to not chase the twins. Like I think you will be safe either going for Sice or just holding off on your resources until another banner. Now with Sice is actually a pretty interesting character because she has a lot of variety within her kit. Like she is able to evade attacks, she is able to delay the enemy, she is also able to do some turn shenanigans with the enemy themselves. So basically, when it comes to the whole fact of like, if you are focusing on one enemy, if you have 2 enemies and you're focusing on enemy A, and enemy B is like, let's say maybe 3 turns past enemy A, what her EX ability is going to do is literally put enemy A behind enemy B. So basically it's almost like a free delay so long as they have like some distance between each other in the turn order. Not only that, but she also has some traps as well, and those traps basically trigger on every field action. So like you can definitely expect to see some pretty good damage coming out of Sice, especially for those who decided to build the special weapon type or the other weapon type, whatever it is that they have it worded in global. Then knowing that you have that is gonna just overall it's gonna be some very solid damage. Now the one thing of course is to make sure that Sice does not get broken, because thankfully when it comes to her stacks on her overhead, it does not decrease unless she gets broken. And to counter that, to make sure that she doesn't get broken, you have that 100% evasion. But remember, it is not a framed buff. So you have to make sure that you don't accidentally like push that off with any other like party-wide buffs or whatever it is, call abilities, etc., because if she gets broken, then that's gonna lower her stack. So you gotta make sure to not let that happen. But of course there are other ways. You do have a few units that is able to help in preventing the team in not getting broken. Vaughn's BT effect is one of them. The other one would be Locke. With his BT effect. Both of them would be good units to have next to Sice to avoid getting broken if you know for sure you are not going to have her evasion buff active. So overall though, like Sice, for what she does, like I like the fact that she has variety in her kits. I like the fact that she does some very good damage, and at the same time though, I mean, like you have like multiple ways of using Sice. Now, as of right now, as I am recording this video, Sice and her Lost Chapter is coming to JP the day before her actual event releases on Global. So we don't know exactly what is going to happen, because she is scheduled to get a rework in JP. So she could potentially be much more powerful, but again, we don't have any details on anything just yet. We have like a basic rundown of her FR, but when it comes to her overall kit, then that's still up in the air, and we have to wait for showcases before we can you know, really like jump into Sice and be like, hey, like she's actually worth it, or if she's not worth chasing for, etc. So like for my global players who do keep up with JP content, of course I expect a showcase reaction for myself on her upcoming rework and her FR. But I honestly feel like with how strong of a character Sice is though, like I feel pretty confident that they are really gonna amp up her damage. I really hope that they definitely give her an additional HP dump with her trap attack. And and another thing to mention is that when it comes to the force gauge, you can actually increase the trap damage. So that's one thing to know if you are planning to use Sice during the first like few months of the FR era. So but no, overall though, like Sice, she has different utilities. She is a very good damage dealer, mostly focused on herself, which is not an issue. Preferably it would be best to try to help her out in let's say Brave Recovery in between HP attacks, and then other than that, I mean, like, you pretty much be good to go. Just avoid getting broken, and Sice is gonna definitely be a very solid character for you. So yeah guys, other than that, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what your plans are gonna be for Sice and or the twins down in the comment section below. And with that being said, that's gonna be it. So take care guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.